There you go.
Okay, thank you, dear.
Please sit.
Yeah.
So I'm used to doing comedy out of town, so I just want to say, disclaimer,
Sorry.
anything you hear tonight is just a joke. Okay, so, my little sister, I had a rough childhood, so I didn't really get along with my family. And as an adult, I'm trying to rectify that situation. So I really went all in helping with my little sister's wedding, man. I was doing the flowers. I was getting her friends ready. I sew. So one of the things that you'll learn when you help take care of other people is that you really don't have the time to take care of yourself, right? So I go into the shower and I get to go get ready. Now, a little bit of backstory on me. I have a full beard, full facial hair. In high school, my last 2 years of high school, they called me the bearded lady. That's a character builder. So I'm in the shower, I'm shaving, I'm getting ready, and I cut my lip. Blood goes everywhere, right? And I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So I get out of the shower, I get ready, and as I'm going to my family, they're so concerned with me. They're like, Kylie, what happened to your lip? And I paused for a second and I said, you know what? I got herpes. Because that was less embarrassing than telling them that I had cut my lip shaving. Speaking of my beard, it's always been something that I had. I got it in high school. I have PCOS. It's just a part of my life. I am in sex work, and sometimes you can upcharge for leaving it out. Things get freaky. It's always kind of been like a bane. I never really wanted people to touch my face. I paid $2,500 for laser hair removal, but hair grows in cycles, so 5 years later it grew back. So recently, my son came to me. He's 14 years old, and he said to me, Mom, I've started getting facial hair, and I don't know what to do. And I said, God, you've been preparing me for this moment all my life. Come on, Jordan, I've got you. My primary job is actually prostitution. You think I'm joking, but I'm not. Prostitution is really the best way to train somebody for sales. Because these guys, they're going to contact you and they're going to be like, baby, I got $40, 2 fire dick pics, and a little bit of cocaine. Let me come and spend the night in your room. That's not what's going on here, sir. So, a lot of people, when I say these things, they're shocked. They're like, I cannot believe this. I would never be attracted to a big woman. And this is what I want to say to you. Fat pussy is like a warm hug for your dick. And everybody should try it at least once in their lifetime. The thing about being in porn is that it's more conducive to my mental health conditions. Because in 2023, people don't want you to tell that you're dating. They'd be like, don't tell anybody we're fucking. Don't tell anybody we've been seeing each other. But when you got a porn boyfriend, he'd be like, tag me hitting that shit on Twitter. That's more conducive to my mental health conditions. See, because recently I self-identified as autistic. And I call that transmental. There were some things I should have said that I was autistic, and I really didn't know. So I'm going to tell you one story. One thing is I've never used a napkin. That's an aside, but it's a texture thing. But the story I want to tell you. So my cousin, I started sending him letters in prison. And he wrote me a letter, and he said, Kylie, would you mind sending me some nudes so I could trade them for suits? Now, I'm a porn star, so I got plenty of nudes. But I didn't really know how I felt about sending them to my cousin, right? But this is like my ride or die cousin. One time, I had a linebacker boyfriend that body slammed him into the ground, So I said, okay, I'm going to send my nudes. And about 2 weeks later, I got a letter back that said, Kylie, you could have just printed anyone's off the internet. You did not need to send your own. A million Bedelia head ass. Now, I do sex work locally, and I get a lot of black clients. A lot of people in sex work don't see black people. It's a projection of the negative character traits of the pimp, but that's for another show. Anyway, so I got a young man that I see here pretty regularly, and one day we're fucking, and he says to me, "Call me Kabongo." And I said, "I don't do race play," because I'm thinking that this is the 2023 Mandingo. So, as Sam had said, with the strength of the algorithm on Facebook, a couple of days later, he pops up on my Facebook. And sometimes, when you're trying not to be racist, you accidentally end up being racist. Because Kabongo was his real name. And in Sigali, it means the smart one. So ever since then, whenever he comes to see me, I yell, "Hit that shit, Kabongo!" I just want to thank y'all for coming out to support us. I really am in adult entertainment, and I'm trying to change my life and my future for my son. So every time you guys come to see me or come to support the shows, you help me take one step further into being a proud mom and a proud woman and all those other things I want to be. So thank you so much.
Yeah.